technology, like video games, like internet and that stuff was really like growing. And then 90s babies, it was just like, okay, we were the last of the children to really know what a house phone was.
That's
A house phone
true.
with a cord on it.
Wow, 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 wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
Like we were the last of the kids where I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, yo, I remember when on YouTube the gray bar actually meant something.
What gray bar?
Like on the video, there's the gray bar, which is like the loading bar, and then the red bar follows as the video plays. I remember back when like the gray bar would just stop loading. And then I'd be like, all right, now I gotta restart the whole video. Then I gotta
Oh my
pause it,
god.
keep
Is
the
that
red bar over
gone?
here, and let the gray bar load fully. And then if the gray bar wasn't gonna load, I just wasn't watching that video that day. There you go. That's fine. I'm just gonna take it didn't have Wi-Fi. It was a little Ethernet cable. You had to plug it in. Child.
Yes. Whew.
When the gray
Dial
bar
up.
meant something.
Whew.
Y'all don't know nothing about that gray bar. Back in my day, we had to wait for videos to load before you could watch them. But yeah, that's a crucial point with just how instrumental social media is and how it just frames how we think about the world. And based on what your timeline says or what your social media feed says, that's how you think the rest of the world operates. Now you do have the explore page, and then you do have those couple posts, especially if it's Twitter, where it's just like, oh, a flash of news from XYZ city, state, country, part of the world. But for the most part, what your timeline says is how you're going to be operating. For the most part, like the repeating images, and that's all you're consuming. That's really all that's going to be just replaying. It's like, yo, not everybody got that experience though. That's not even your experience. Somebody else's fabricated experience. Nah. But yeah. Oh, that that's a lot. And then when we're in it, like when we're in the social media age, like we have so much access to too many things. And based on what you repeatedly access, that's pretty much where your mind is, where your headspace is. Yeah. Hmm. How do you use social media to manifest joy for yourself?
That's an excellent question. I really like that question. Because if you go on my social media pages, I post a lot and I post on a lot of different platforms. And so the perception might be that I'm on social media a lot, but that is not at all the reality. I do not like social media. And if you pay attention to the things I'm posting, it's very rarely about my life at present. I'll tell stories about what's going on, what happened in the past, or life lessons. But I'm very rarely like, oh yeah, guys, hey, I just ate a salad. I'm about to go out. Like, I'm very rarely just like on this to be talking. That's like not the goal. Um, for me, the goal is to simply share what I create. And many of the things that I create start in that time that I'm by myself, that I'm happy, that I'm joyful, that I'm writing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these words are so fun. These words are so great. I'm feeling happy. Maybe someone else would also feel happy if I shared it. And that is literally the shortest thought process ever. It's like maybe if someone else saw this, they would also feel how I'm feeling. And so, as quick as possible, I try to like go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go on Facebook, et cetera, Twitter, post it, caption it, and then leave. And my time spent on my phone is like 2 to 3 hours a day. It's not some astronomical like 8 hours of editing all this stuff. No, I do
15
all of
hours.
exactly. I do all my editing like in like handwritten or documents, and then like on Premiere Pro and like video editing software, and then posting it is my least favorite part. Sharing it is my favorite part. When someone can see it and they're like, "Oh, this is awesome," I love that. But the like act of having to open up the app, post something, write a caption, put hashtags, I hate that so much. It's exhausting. Um, that's when my joy starts to like diminish. um, but yeah, but as soon as someone says, "Wow, this encouraged me today," or like, "Wow, yeah, I so get it," I'm like, "Okay, it's worth it." Like that made it worth it.
I
Yeah.
support that. I support it. And yet, I'll be looking at your post and I'll be like, yo, they up to something. They on it. Like they mind be working. I was like, that's the one. That's the post right there. I'm gonna carry that. And I actually wanted so one of the posts that I'm actually carrying with me is you which one was it? You said some people try to get famous. Others already are, and the world just hasn't caught up. What you talking? Oh, yo said I'm the main character, but the world just they buffering. They great bar ain't loaded yet. And I think the beauty of it is you still not like you still ain't pressed about all the likes, follows, and shares. Like you're not pressed about being Insta famous, Twitter viral, what TikTok. See, I have qualms with TikTok, but that's for another conversation. Rest in peace, Vine. But you're not worried about the likes and subscribers. You just be spitting, and that's what it is, and that's why I like that post so much because it's not actually about getting famous. Final question: what do you hope people get out of this conversation?
I hope people get a new perspective, possibly, and I hope people get more curious and have more questions, especially. I think it's important to be challenging your thoughts and beliefs constantly, and your comfort and acceptance of notions such as joy and peace, and to really examine your true values versus the values that society says you should have, like positive vibes only, and to really go back and ask yourself, realistically, can I manage positive vibes only? The answer is no. But ask yourself further, like, why do I want to hold on to that so much? You know what I mean? Like, why has that even become something I'm pursuing? And is it worth pursuing? Is it attainable even? Um, so yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. That's that's fire. So, well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for
Definitely.
having me.
But of course, but of course. Where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, you can find me. I'm trying to be good at being consistent everywhere, but you can find me on YouTube, Gabriella Jay. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Gabriella JVY. I think that's where I'm most consistent. Twitter, I'm not consistent on Twitter. I exist there. It's also Gabriella JVY, but I post once every month. Like Twitter overwhelms my brain. But yeah, come hang out. Let's be friends. Love to chat it up on any of those socials.